All right. Now, Hannah was a preschool teacher here at Lincoln, Nebraska, before she auditioned for season 10 of The Voice. And throughout the show, Hannah was she worked alongside Pharrell Williams, and ultimately finished as the second runner-up on the show. Now, Hannah, I am completely fangirling about the fact that I'm on stage with you right now. I can't lie. Could we please get a picture together?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Are they going to be in it too?
Yes.
Y'all better smile.
Smile. Cheese. All right, perfect.
Y'all look great.
Yeah, I will be tweeting, Facebooking, Instagramming, Snapchatting, and framing that picture, so.
Me too.
All right, Hannah, before you perform, I have a few questions for you. I have to know, what was it like to be on every television in Nebraska when you were on The Voice?
Well, Nebraska's awesome that way in the fact that I had an immediate fan base just because I'm from here. So that was awesome, and I'm very grateful for all the continued support. That was really, really special to me. I never thought I'd try out for a show, let alone like the most popular one. But it felt a little disconnected in the sense where everyone was kind of watching TV, and there was a brief segment on my life that was really fun and interesting, and I was in LA and I was filming it all, so it didn't really seem glitz and glam to me. I was working pretty hard. So there was kind of this weird superstar expectation that I didn't really connect with. I'm the Nebraska preschool teacher, and never thought I would do something like that. But it ended up being really fun. It was a really neat experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what was it that you think that you learned most about that entire experience?
Again, I never thought I would do something like that. And I think in my mind, I was thinking, well, I'm not interesting enough, or I'm too normal. There's nothing they're going to get out of me being on a television show. Again, just from Nebraska, I teach, and I like to sing too. But as I thought about that more and more, as I teach preschool kids, I would want them to know that their life and the mundane or the boring, it's actually very interesting, and you're very special. In everyone's story, it matters, and you have purpose. So that was something that I kind of had to preach to myself. And yeah, you never know. You can make it to the end of a television show, like something like that. So
That's an awesome story. And besides your obvious successes, what was the most exciting moment for you on The Voice?
Yeah, there were a lot of things, unexpected surprises, getting voted on week after week, and then you got to perform on really, really cool stages, and you get to wear really high heels. That was hard. But I would say the most special thing to me about that whole entire experience and the journey that it was I made so many new friendships, and then where I come from, I had a lot of friends and family back home cheering for me, staying by my side, even though I was miles away. It just felt more special. Getting to know Pharrell was a really neat experience. I think at the end of the day, relationships really matter, and that one was a really special one to me. And hearing stories of just people watching on Monday and Tuesday nights. It was a lot of TV, a lot of time together. And that's really special to me, because I think mountaintop experiences can happen to you in moments, but they really don't mean as much when you don't have people to share it with. So my encouragement to us in Lincoln especially is just to embrace our community, start conversations, just really get to know people, because that's what I took to LA, and it was just the most special thing to me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm sure that there were a lot of really incredible experiences being on that show. But what do you think was the most challenging moment for you on The Voice, with everything that you went through throughout the whole entire experience?
Besides really high heels and walking downstairs, hard. I would say when you go on television, you automatically become a public person. And then what kind of seems to happen is, and we all do it, people were given the opportunity to make assumptions, opinions about who I was. And some of those were really good, and some of those were kind of hurtful. Someone, again, who gets a brief segment on your life on national television gets all sorts of permission to kind of like you or not. And there was one week on the show where I sang a song, and some people did not really like it. And I was on YouTube, and I was reading comments, and just some really hurtful comments. And I kind of had to understand that people just aren't going to like you. And we do it too, everyone does it, everyone's guilty of it, but it was really motivation to me, like, okay, well, I like me. I like who I am.
I like you too.
Thanks, Hunter. My friends like who I am, and my family loves me. Like, I kind of had to remember, like, these are the people who actually know me. And so you kind of have to fight those things. And it happens to everyone. People make predictions about you, assumptions about you, and you have to just be like, okay, I like who I am. So I kind of had to, again, preach to myself all of that because it was really hard. But I think the takeaway for me and for all of us is there are lots of opportunities to say things. And then there's a lot of opportunities to not say something. And so my challenge to all of us is to just be mindful and be thoughtful about the things we say about other people and or write on the internet. And I'm better for it. I'm stronger because of those comments. But yeah, that would be the most challenging one, being on that show.
Gotcha. And you've written an original song that you'll be performing for us today. What is the message from that song that you would like the audience to take away from today?
So stay with me here, but it's called I Alone Have Loved You, and it's on iTunes. You can go get it. I Alone Have Loved You. I wrote it a long time ago with my friend Crystal Davey. Recorded it recently in Georgia with my good friend Nate Washburn. It's been with me for a long time, this song. But anyways, Crystal and I were looking online, and we saw this contest, and we were like, okay, let's write a song. And this is kind of when I first started writing and started singing in public and all this stuff. It's kind of a crazy story, but we were inspired by this painting, and it's called Christina's World by Andrew Wyeth, and it's currently in New York at the MoMA, at the Museum of Modern Art. Anyways, this painting is beautiful, and it depicts a girl who is unable to walk. And she crawls, but she can crawl, and she crawls to this hill. And it looks over this field, and there's this house. And so anyways, we were kind of looking at this painting and just kind of crafting a story about it. And we kind of came up with this idea that there's this guy, and he loves Christina, and doesn't love her based on her abilities, or her disabilities, rather, but he loves her for who she is. So it's this story of like unconditional love, and I think if the world did this a little more so, we'd be a better place. But anywho, this guy, so this is, again, totally our narrative, but this guy sneaks into the MoMA like every night, and he just looks at her, and he just loves her. But he's too nervous. If she would turn around, he thinks she would like think he's creepy or something. But it's really just this story of this unconditional love, and we don't love people because of their gifts or their talents or anything like that. It's just because of who they are. So anyways, it's been a long time. This song was, we did a video of it and submitted it to this contest, and then later that year, The Voice basically found it and said, hey, you want to come audition? And then here I am.
If she saw me here, frozen not in fear, I could have lost it all. Oh, but her windblown hair is like the brushstroke fair, draws me to this hall. Oh, to our midnight haunt, and I know what she wants. We are the crippled on the ground. Oh, me and my love. She must not turn around, or she'd see my love. We are the crippled on the ground. Oh, me and my love. She must not turn around. She'd see my love. She'd see my but they won't find me here, 'cause I am far and near. I don't make a sound. Oh, but I rise at night, 'cause the moon lights her eye. We are the crippled on the ground. Oh, me and my love, she must not turn around. Oh, she'd see my love. We are the crippled on the ground. Oh, me and my love, she must not turn around. She'd see my love. Oh, she'd see my love. Oh, she'd see my love. Oh, she'd see my love. And I will never leave you. And though they all may see you, and I will never leave